Hi, I'm Marie. Welcome to my studio. Hello, this is the third episode of Pacific Design Studio. I'm Marie and I'm the artist behind the studio. If you're interested, this is my Etsy site and you can see some of the products that I put out for sale. So today I'm going to talk to you about different kinds of leaves. The nice thing about painting leaves and flowers and petals and foliage, organic anything, is that there are any number of different angles and different types of leaves that can be painted. So if you paint a leaf that you're not particularly crazy about, chances are you can go out in your garden and find something very similar to that. These are obviously are already done, and I'm going to do some examples for you. Again, I use a water-based acrylic paint, mostly folk art paint because of its creaminess and its thickness and its opacity. Those are the kind of the hallmarks of what you want to look for. So you can do a smooth leaf like that. You could do the same basic leaf, but just with one motion. Remember, if you don't like something, just paint over it. Paint is the great eraser here. You could do a bumpy leaf. You can have it. I'll do that twice because I'm going to do two different leaves. Lobe, lobe, point. Now on the flip side, I can make it smooth. Or I can make this side bumpy as well. So that gives you two different kinds of leaves doing pretty much the same motion. There are rounded leaves that look like that. As I've mentioned in previous videos, the paint tends to dry differently with the lights. And so you tend to have a little bit more drag. That could have a little flip in it and a notch. One thing I'll tell you, since I'm right-handed and I almost always paint from that direction, if you want your painting to look different, and ultimately you do, you don't want every leaf and every petal to look exactly the same. You want some variety to go along with it. Then you need to change something that will cause it to be different. Whether that means notice I did it that way. If I turn my paper this way and I do it like this, it's going to be a different shape. It's going to be a different leaf. That's not finished, by the way. I'm going to paint half of each leaf and then flip it all at one time. This would be considered a push motion. This one is also a push motion, but it's going the other direction, as you can see. Now, if I flip that upside down, then I can paint the other half. Whoops, I had my paint going the wrong direction, so paint over it. See how nicely that works? And again, turn the paintbrush over, go the right direction. This one is more a pull motion because I'm pulling the paintbrush towards me. You want to have some variety in what you do. The more variety you have, the more interesting it is to look at it. Matchy-matchy is not a big plus here. You want variety because that's how nature sets it up as well. You can do a little bit of overlap on it. So I'm going to go back here and make it look as though it's been folded on itself. There are different kinds of kind of spiny looking leaves too. I can do that and then take my smaller brush and go back in and do some thicker ones just to give it a different look. So there's that type. There's sort of a gradient look if you load your brush and then water it down a little bit. That's going to give me a different look. Remember, everything that you do will give it a different look. So if I do this leaf underneath, which as you can tell it's a little bit lighter, and then I come back in and change it a little bit, then I can do one over that definitely looks darker. And then if I'd want to increase that again, make it an even lighter leaf. See how those come back and look rather pretty because of a definite change in the color of how it looks. I think every leaf needs to have a seating to it, meaning a stem. It needs to go from somewhere to somewhere. This, you can get a lot of variety in it with that. Now whether I decide to line it or not can change how it looks as well. I like to line it. I like the way that looks, but if I only do part of it, then that gives it a little bit different overall look. Say, for example, on all of these, I only line the right-hand side. Although that is not terribly realistic, it might be exactly what you're going for. The nice part is, this is your world. Bob Ross always used to say that. You can do whatever you want in your own world, and you can. Don't always make things neat either. Let your mind wander a little bit. Let your design wander a little bit. And I might come back in and do something like that. Almost looks like a bud of a leaf. So leaves. It's your world. You can line it up any way you want. You can drop flowers in here if you want to. You can do just leaves. This is just a small portion of the types that you can do. Look on Pinterest. Check out painted leaves or just leaves in general. Look at other people's work and have fun painting. Remember, if you like what you've seen, comment below and subscribe and let me know any questions you might have. Bye.